It's the Mazda CX-5 brake job. First thing we're doing is take a 14 millimeter and you want to remove the caliper bracket or the caliper here and here. I'm gonna break free them both here to loose, and by hand you should be able to get it. We'll leave the top one in. It's easier if you get the bottom, and that way if this comes off it won't just drop down because it's supported by a top screw. Second one out. We're just going to unscrew these. We're just going to put these out of the way. Take our second one out. And we taking both our screws out. Caliper's pretty free. Come loose. And then we're just gonna take this, tie it up out of the way. With that out of the way, next we're gonna tackle the bracket. And on the back, there's a bolt here at the bottom, and there's a bolt here, which both have to come off to take the bracket off, but we don't have to do that. That's only if we need it on the front brakes, only if we need to change the rotors, which these rotors are in pretty good condition still. So we're just gonna change the pads. And if you see, this is an inside pad, pretty worn down. And if you can see these clips, if they're not on the new brake pads, these are the wear clips, the sensors. So we have to take these off of these and place them on the new ones. And this is the outside pad. Always keep them separate so I know what's what. And that may look like a lot of meat to you, but these are probably third of what they should be. The link for these will be in the description, but these are the new brake pads. These smaller ones are for the rear. These bigger ones are for the front. It's the Amazon label. Pretty much a plain box. So we have two new pads. If you can see, those are much meatier. See the difference between the new and the old. It's like twice as much. put these pads together, make sure they're the same pad. And if you can see, this spot is where the sensor goes on these. So we have to pop the sensor off of these old ones since these didn't come with a sensor. Put the new sensors on. And it's pretty easy. Like, I'm gonna peel backwards towards me to get this off. It's one hand, so it's not difficult, but it's not as easy with one hand. Let's see if we can get this with one hand. And you can see there. I'm gonna start at the tilted back and then just push it on. I'm gonna get this in that groove, so I'm gonna do it and then show you guys what it looks like. So this is how it looks with the new clips on there. And these, the bulk of the metal goes to the back, facing away, pointing away from the pad. There's the old pad. And we have already has the shim built into this one. So now these just go back on. So then before we put these on, what I'm going to do is clean up these. These didn't come with the hardware either. So what I'm going to do is get a wire brush, clean up these surfaces where it touches at so that it goes smoother. And then on these surfaces where the hardware touches here and up top, I'm going to add some grease. And I just have a bottle of this. Grease the parts. And let's just use this brush to brush the grease onto those touch points. You don't want to get it on the pad at all. Only where it'll touch and rub on the brackets. Then since this is the back one, just gonna tilt it down. Just gonna line them up. Now we have these on. See how much meatier and beefier these look on here. Next we're gonna check our pins. Make sure they're sliding in and out really easy, really smooth. If they're not, then you want to take them out and re-lubricate them. This one is not working good, so I'm gonna push this back, and you can see that's pretty dry. There's no moisture almost anywhere, and you can see the lubricant shouldn't be gummed up like that, so I'm gonna clean that off and then put more lubricant on there. I'll just give it a spray. As you see, we're re-lubricating it. I'm gonna feed that back in. I'm gonna push it in until we get it to seat back inside of the rubber. And when you pull out, the rubber should be seated where you can't see any of the metal. And if you can see, now we have great motion. We're ready to go. Put this back together. And what I do is, before you put the brakes on, the piston is out too far. This piece, this is the rubber, but the piston is out too far this way, so it doesn't have enough room for the caliper to go on. So I always take a C-clamp. You're just going to twist this tight until I use a C-clamp, hold brake pad, and then you're going to push it until this pushes in and seats flush. And then you'll be able to get the caliper on. And now you can see, after slowly twisting, slowly tightening the clamp against the brake pad, we have, see, the piston is flush. And that's what you want to be able to get the caliper back on now. Now that that's done, we should be able to easily reseat this caliper. As you can see, it slides right on. And now we just line pins up. We line the first one up, we should be able to get the bottom one in good. So we'll do that. And if you see these, see that flat spot? If you see this flat spot on here, this is basically a guide pin. So you want to turn that so flat spot meets flat spot. And you put that on, and that'll line up. And when those two line up, it should sit flush. If you have a gap in between when you're doing this, it's wrong, so you have to stop and line those up. But I need 2 hands for this. And now, guys, we have everything put back together. You just want to put the tire back on. After that, we're all set. It's your man AA Fix. Another video. This is CX-5 brake job, front brake job being done. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, leave a comment for any video, any car you want me to cover on this channel. Hit the super thanks to donate to the channel if you guys find this information or these videos good.